Okay everyone, today I'm making a special dish, Cholent, which is a Jewish stew and is normally made for Shabbat. As you see, I have everything here and I had been preparing it since yesterday. This dish is in honor of all my fan supporters. I won't say any more, so let's start with this recipe. You see, we need meat, which is, we'll just cut a little bit, just a little bit like that, and you wash it very well. I already washed it, but let's wash it a little bit more because we don't want our meat to. And with this recipe, use kosher salt. So that you have kosher salt is best to use with this recipe. I replaced the barley with rice, and I also don't have my meat bones, but I'm winging it with what I do have it. I called the rabbi's wife who had taught me this recipe, and she said it was the way I was doing it, so that's fine. So you put your meat in there. Wash this little piece. So I'm just going to cut this little piece into little pieces. Alright. So the meat that you see sort of to the side, you don't have to do this, but as you can see, I want to make sure that all fits in there. So if you saw the natural cream video, you will know that I had peeled the potatoes a day before, soaked the beans the day before, and gotten all these things ready. Okay, that's good enough. Put it in there like that. Let's wash it a little bit more, just because we really need the meat to be clean and good. If you have like a kosher butcher in your area, I recommend going to your kosher butcher and having the meat prepared and all that stuff. But as I said, this dish has been made by a lot of Jews during a lot of years. I don't know much of the history, the background of Cholent, but if you know the history of the background, please share. That would be incredible to know more info about it, more info about things, and finding out more and more and more would be good. So because we have prepared meat on this, we gotta wash it very well because we don't want the meat juices or anything on the rest of our stuff. So we wash it well. Both sides. Just clean that up. Slide that up a little bit. Or replace it over there. There we go. Keep your cooking area, where you're handling food, as clean as possible. Now, the next thing that we do is the garlic, which I need to go wash because I forgot to. You get your 5 garlic cloves, just like that. And just cut it like that. You don't have to cut it that much for flavor, so it absorbs the garlic flavor. Okay? So that's nice. But look how I put it in. Come closer, and you can see. See? It should go everywhere in there. That's how I was taught, that you should put it everywhere in your meat. The garlic has to be in there. Everywhere you can think of. So let's put a little bit here. Here. Somewhere under there. Make sure everywhere has. Okay, now that you have your 5 garlic If you're making a lot, if it was a bigger pot, you would put more than I am putting. And here are your potatoes. You can also use, this is what I'm missing in my recipe, barley. I'm replacing it with rice. I'm also, the meat bones are very necessary, so you also add that, 2 meat bones. You also add sweet potato. So, you have sweet potato, great, put that in there too. Don't you worry, the recipe will be in English and Spanish. And just cut it just like that, and then we'll cut it like that. The potato can go under, as you can see right here, it goes under your, like that. See how I put the potato everywhere I can think of? In there too. Just make sure everywhere in there has it. If you add the ingredients that I am lacking, it will taste even better. I made it before with everything and it's so much better. But I wanted to make this special dish beforehand, before February, so I had almost everything. If you're not Jewish, don't worry. You can make this for parties, special occasions, anything that you want to. If you are Jewish, you know this is usually a typical Shabbat dinner. So, why not teach people about it? I do recommend going to a kosher butcher. I also recommend kosher salt. I try cooking as kosher as possible. There we go. Okay, so let's lift a little bit there and let's make sure that the potatoes are in there well with the garlic and all. Alright. Now, okay, I'm using, first goes in. I'm using Pinto Beans. Just put that in there, just like that. Sure that's all in there. Alright, so in that we go. We mix it in, so don't be scared of lifting your meat. And you can use a large onion, brown onion, or you can use green onions. Don't forget to wash them as well. The onion is really for flavor and for the texture of the onion. So, just cut it up like that. And now let's place it in there as well. We'll make sure the onion goes under and goes in the middle of everything else that I have to. Free bits of it. You can see. the rest is you leave it there in the stove, letting it soak from all of it. Alright, now what we need is our tomatoes. I prefer using really soft tomatoes for this recipe just because it's so much better to have them soft. So I soaked them in water just so they could be really soft and easier to get inside our small pot. You don't have to do that if you have a larger, pot to cook in, You can use average tomatoes, but just so it'd be easier to get them in there, I soaked them for a few hours. And there you have the juices of that in there. Now you're going to start seeing how it looks so good, and it takes about 8 to 12 hours. And the slow cooker is 12. So if you really prefer doing the slow cooker, you can do that too. Really, it's up to you. It's your liking of things. Okay, and occasionally add water to it, because if you see it's lacking water, you should add water to it. That's what she told me. So it's just like, so it cooks better. Alright. And you go to the store and you buy an entire bag of cilantro, just like you see it right here. I also soaked it because it had to be nice and soft as well for this to go in there easier. So what I do is just cut it all out, all this cilantro in there. And don't forget to also wash your cilantro. See, so that all goes in there. This was one of the first dishes I tasted. So, as a Jewish girl. So, very good. Be sure lift your meat down there. Just spread it around. Alright. Get this out of the way. And it's faster to just wash the dishes while you're working. Lots to do if you do it that way. I wish I had like the magic of video, and that you already have like one of it just like secretly inside your stove. Have you seen those cooking shows where they're making it and then they say, and the magic of video? I don't have that. I wish though. I wish it was like, oh, and here's my secret stash. Not the case. Let's just get that on. Now let's start going that way. And get your wooden spoon ready. Salt and our pepper, so keep it nearby because you're going to have to start using it as well. So let's just put a sprinkle of salt in there. If it lacks salt, just add it to yourself. I wouldn't play with this recipe with too much salt. And your pepper. That looks pretty good. We'll put more when needed. More salt and pepper when needed. Now what we do is we cover it. And we place it on high. This is optional, but you can put a little bit of paprika for taste, really good. And I almost forgot to tell you about the olive oil that you put in there too. As you can see, look how it's looking. There you go. Move it around just a bit so everything gets up. I'm going to put just a little bit, like that, not much. I'm going to add just a little bit more salt. Oh, it smells so good. Delicious smell. It's just incredible to smell. Incredible smell. I love the smell of this. A little bit of paprika in there. You can put more to your liking, really, but I don't think you need too much. Paprika's just like to give it a little bit of extra taste in there. Just get a closer look of this. It's just incredibly beautiful. It's just mouth-watering. Okay, here's the olive oil. So just put it around. That's like that. You see how I'm putting it everywhere. This just smells good. Oh, I'm falling in love right now. But remember, keep watching this because you gotta keep on putting more and more water. See how it's starting to change color and everything, Cholent? If you're Jewish, you know what I'm talking about. If you're not, you're learning something so special that you can make first any social gathering you ever offer. This is something that you can make. And people will be like, oh my gosh, where did you learn this? And now you can say, Milk Honey Advice taught me how to make this. You can have that pride. Or you can just say, I just learned it. That's awesome. One of those two. I don't need the credit. I'm telling you, I have my mom right next to me who's filming, and she's like smelling this, and she just brings back memories from her childhood because her grandmother, Adelmira, would make this, knowing she would pass it along without us ever even acknowledging that. So now we have our hard-boiled eggs, which are already peeled, and they're ready to go in for more hours. Put it in, just like that. We got blessed to have eggs today. There they are. Cover and let it sit again. It's ready. Look how delicious, soft the meat looks. There's the egg. Mouth-watering. Really is. So let's start serving just a bit. There we go. We have it right in there. Let's put an egg right in. Some more meat in there. See how soft it is? It's just incredibly soft. Easy to fall apart. Okay, not as easy as I thought. There we go. That's the best I can do. There we go. Now, let's have that beautiful egg in there. Let's move this over here. There you have it. Your Chulent. Your Jewish stew. Very traditional, very good for special occasions. Takes hours of your day, but worthwhile. Now let me taste it. Very hot, so wait with me a sec. Wish you were all here. Not really, no. This is all mine, so no, I don't wish you were here. Delicious, very good.